Yuna sat alone in the backyard garden, trying to piece together the events of the previous night. Her memory was fragmented. She remembered flashes of moments, but the entire picture remained unclear. As she sat there, Sunjin walked out of the house and made his way toward her. He placed a bowl of hangover soup before her and took a seat beside her. Embarrassed and unable to meet his gaze, Yuna murmured a quiet thank you, making sure her eyes never met his. Sunjin, wearing an expression of deep disappointment, began to speak. He questioned whether this was truly the life Yuna wanted, to be out at clubs, dancing with strangers and drinking excessively in public. He reminded her of the kind of family they came from, warning that one careless mistake could tarnish not just her reputation, but their entire family name. He emphasized that had Wubin not arrived at the club in time, something terrible could have happened to her in the state she was in. Yuna, refusing to back down, looked at him coldly and pointed out that she hadn't asked Wubin to come get her. She knew exactly what she was doing and would have made it home on her own. Sunjin, still visibly disappointed, held her gaze and stated that perhaps it had been a mistake for her to return to Korea. He said she should have remained overseas to complete her studies, and added that her relationship with Wubin appeared to be a mistake if it was making her spiral in such a manner. He made it clear he would speak to their father to arrange for her return to Europe. At that, Yuna abruptly stood up, declaring that she was not going anywhere and that Sunjin had no right to dictate the direction of her life. Sunjin, now angry, rose to his feet as well. With a firm voice, he told her that he absolutely had the right to intervene if she was going to behave recklessly and jeopardize everything they stood for. He refused to stand by and watch her become the talk of Seoul and a source of shame across Korea. Moving closer, he reiterated that she would return overseas, and he would make all the necessary arrangements himself. Still upset, Yuna insisted that she couldn't just leave Wubin behind. Sunjin, unrelenting, told her that it was obvious she and Wubin were fundamentally different and not aligned in any way. He reminded her that Wubin was his friend, and if anyone knew him well, it was him. Wubin, he explained, was a straightforward man who valued emotional maturity and simplicity, qualities that Yuna had yet to embody. The little things she did, Sunjin added, were not what Wubin would appreciate in a partner. He stepped even closer and told her she was still young, full of potential, and that she should be focusing on her studies. Love and marriage, he said, would come in time when she met the right person. He reminded her that from the very beginning, he had warned her about Wubin, that he was emotionally closed off and that even he, as his friend, had never been able to fully reach his guarded heart. Yuna stared silently at her brother. After a long pause, she finally broke the silence and accused him of being selfish. She brought up how, when he wanted to be with Minsu, he let nothing and no one stand in his way. Yet now he refused to give her the same chance to fight for her own relationship. She suggested that instead of interfering in her life, he should focus on figuring out how he would handle Aaron's return. At the mention of Aaron, Sunjin froze, the color draining slightly from his face.